You can see that full episode, NFL 100 Generations, presented by Genesis, featuring Saquon Barkley and Barry Sanders, tuning in tonight to NFL Game Day Kickoff at 6 Eastern right here on NFL Network. And Kyle and I got to see both of them together, and you could just tell the, not nervousness, but just the respect that Saquon had around Barry Sanders.
100%, and I like it because Saquon did not grow up with Barry Sanders. He's so young that he was not even alive for Barry's prime. It says NFL 100 when you know the guys before you were born, too. Huge respect. I like it.
A lot of caps here on the table. It's time for All Caps.
All Caps.
New era. We have every cap on the table that is playing this week. 4 teams on a bye. Grab the cap of the team who you think will be the biggest surprise. Who is surprising us in week 6?
Let's see what we got here.
All right.
What's up, Strakes?
Who are this week's Colts, if you will?
I fasted yesterday.
Hey, well, you look great.
Thanks. I'm going to go with the Jaguars here. I'm going to go with Gardner Minshew. They play the New Orleans Saints. Saints haven't lost since Teddy Bridgewater took over. And I think finally everyone's like, all right, they can win with Teddy, and Drew Brees will be back earlier than expected, and the Saints are off and away. Gardner Minshew lost last week against the Panthers, but no fault of his own. Gardner Minshew was awesome in that Panthers game. If you missed this, Minshew also had a breakout game, and it wasn't just managing the game and handing the ball off to Fournette. He completed the ball. He had more than 300 yards passing. He had 2 touchdowns. He also ran the ball for 42 yards. Jaguars play a Saints team that everybody has atop the NFC right now. Don't be shocked if Gardner Minshew has a rabbit up his sleeve here. This guy can play. And a rabbit up his sleeve is the reference I'll go with, whatever that means. I'm a magician. Rabbit out of his hat.
Are you eating yet? Are you lighting the head?
It's very Jason Witten-esque. I'm going to go with the Jaguars and Gardner Minshew, maybe surprising the Saints this weekend.
All right, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. This is very simple to me. Take it back to 2017. Deshaun Watson, pick number 12 overall. Just 2 picks after Pat Mahomes. And what do we hear about Deshaun Watson his entire life, but especially in college, that he shined the biggest on the biggest stage. And this is one of those games. So as far as surprising, don't be surprised if this is the game of the year. Pat Mahomes, yes, the game of the year. Yeah, Pat Mahomes coming off a game where he didn't look like himself.
I hear you.
People are starting to sit here and say, well, you know, Pat Mahomes just doesn't have it. And then you have Deshaun Watson who's coming off a game where he could be a league MVP. So there might be a mutual appreciation for each other's skill set, but don't sleep for a second that these guys are going to take each other out. And because of that motivation, this could be the best game of the week and the best game of the year.
All right, we're looking for a surprise. No matter what I've learned.
Sleeve.
Yeah, wrap it up my sleeve.
Wrap it up the sleeve.
Pigeon or something like that. We got to ask TJ Gagliardi. But I'm going to go here. Do you know the Sunday Night Football game is a Dignity Health Sports Park?
Woo!
It is.
Where they're 1 and 2.
They're 1 and 2, and they have to clear off the field because I think there's celebrity boxing and then ski lope. The Chargers.
Chargers, okay.
Yes.
No diggity?
No. Dignity Health, which is tough for the Chargers. Dignity Health because sometimes they've had neither. But I think the Steelers, guys, of all times, going to Dignity Health Sports Park, and yes, in a year of Minshews and Kyle Allens, why not Devlin Hodges? Why the hell not, right? If ever Devlin Hodges was going to Devlin Hodges' way to a win against the Chargers, it would be this season. And on a serious note, the reaction the Steelers had when Mason Rudolph went down was extremely poignant, extremely emotional. I think they're going to be playing for a lot this week, not only for Mason Rudolph, but listen, there's about 29 organizations in the league, and then there's 3 that are a different standard. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to sit here and limp to 3-13. I think they're playing a very banged up Chargers team, and I think Devlin Hodges is going to go into Dignity Health Sports Park and win.
They just put Mike Pouncey on IR yesterday. A lot of
crazy
injuries
what they have.
for
No
that
dignity,
Chargers
no
squad.
doubt.
That's the Sunday night game. Love that. We have some big matchups on the slate for week 6. Grab not 1 cap, but 2.
Okay.
Grab the pair of caps for the games and the matchup that has the highest stakes, in your opinion.
All right.
IMO.
Okay, all caps. Isn't the cool thing to say no cap?
Yeah,
Isn't that the thing? That's a different second. What are you doing?
I was reaching for the hat, man.
Don't do it to me, Nate, because I'll let you. I'm not like Peter. I'm looking for it.
All right,
Peter's
Trey.
weird with touching.
What do you got,
Not
Trey?
me.
I'm going with the Eagles and the Vikings here.
Okay.
I don't know how do you do this. How do you
Put
do
them
2
both
hats?
on.
Put them both on. All right, start with the Eagles. They're suddenly hot. They've got things clicking here. They look
like
great.
this.
This is a good look.
don't know what's
All green.
happening.
And then they beat the Packers in Lambeau, came back, took care of the
boy.
Jets. But the Vikings team is fascinating to me, guys. Since 2018, the Vikings are 1-8-1 against teams with winning records. So they've gotten their victories with Kirk Cousins over teams that haven't been good. Now you face a team that is legitimately good. Can Kirk Cousins come back off this game where we thought we silenced critics and win one against a red-hot Eagles team? This was, of course, the NFC Championship a few years ago, and these guys absolutely walloped these guys. Wow. These guys embarrassed these guys. These guys knocked off these guys. Eagles, Vikings, 2 hats.
It's a hat puppet show. I mean,
Peter.
I don't know.
Peter's a little off today. You weren't here yesterday and you were not eating. You are not yourself. What is going on? I know what you just said,
You have
Peter.
eaten.
I mean,
There's residual damage, I think. Normally, Peter, you eat a lot. I think that day off, I don't know. Peter, you're loopy today.
I'll mess you up. All right.
I think I'm pretty sharp.
So here we go.
Okay, speaking of loopy.
I think I'm pretty sharp, Strager says. All right, here we are. So for me, this is a game of who's better. Just think about this for a second. You have the 49ers versus the Rams.
Serious football talk right now.
Serious football talk. Take me serious. This is a game of who's better. Let me break this down for you. Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Who had pretty much Sean McVay under his wing when they were in Washington together.
Sure.
Who's a better coach? $200 million quarterbacks who get broke off, who are constantly doubted and criticized. Who is a better QB, Jared Goff or Jimmy Garoppolo? Better running back? Yes, I'm having this conversation. Is it Matt Breida or Todd Gurley? How about the defensive line? The defensive line for those 49ers is phenomenal.
This is the game.
And we know what Aaron Donald brings to the table. Who's better? How about a shift in power in the NFC West? I know that the Seahawks are doing their thing, but you have to respect the Rams for who they were last year, and you have to respect the 49ers for who they are this year. This is a game of who's better.
Okay.
And I think Garoppolo's going to have to pass in this one. So I'm really
do
excited
too.
to see him finally go downfield and hit that Hadouken.
I hope so. We've been waiting for that. I see a couple good NFC teams. A couple good NFC teams are going to be in the mix. The question about stakes, my friends, I'm going to put this on and I'm going to put this on because this game could reverberate for months. This game could reverberate to Las Vegas for the 2020 NFL Draft. Did you see the Tua play the college football game last time against Ole Miss?
Tua.
Did you see the Tua? Because I guarantee both these teams saw the Tua, and whoever wins this game might not get to draft the Tua, and I'm including Washington in that despite having Haskins. Do you not think there's a realistic possibility that the Redskins end up with the #1 pick and Dwayne Haskins gets Josh Rosen? It's possible. Believe me, they're going to have a new coach. He'll probably be offensive. Tua is a marvel. I would recommend watching him on Saturday. It's about a 3:30 kickoff because I guarantee both these teams will. This is the Tua Bowl. Don't put up no brick. Those games are fine. There's good games. Stakes, this could dictate the next 10 years.
Or put up a brick.
I'm looking at the Chiefs, too. That was all caps, by the way. The Chiefs, are they figured out? Is there a blueprint? Do defenses know what's up? You control the clock. Can everybody do that? We're going to get into the Chiefs after this and Patrick Mahomes. And will Le'Veon Bell live up to his